Good evening, this is the Oscar expert here with Brother Bro. We're gonna do a quick video reacting to the AFI Top 10. Every year, the American Film Institute puts out a top 10 American films, and usually they fall fairly in line with like what the Oscars, the Critics' Choice, and the PGA do.
Normally, after you discount what's ineligible, international films, including British films like Roma, Parasite, this year Belfast is the big ineligible one. They usually nominate all the Oscar nominees except for like one or two, discounting the ineligibilities. Last year, they snubbed Promising Young Woman. Other ones I can think of: Bohemian Rhapsody, Vice, The Revenant. But getting in here is just a good sign for your health in award season, so.
And we have a lot of movies that we're unsure of how healthy they are, like Being the Ricardos, Don't Look Up, Nightmare Alley. We have Coda, which we'll talk about that.
It's getting in.
Don't Look Up. That's a great sign for Don't Look Up. We'll talk about that too.
It's not that surprising, but they didn't nominate Vice, so I was like, eh.
Dune, King Richard, very expected. Licorice Pizza.
Nice.
Nightmare Alley.
Oh,
also good
okay. We kind of thought that might get in here.
The Power of the Dog.
Okay.
Tick, Tick, Boom.
Okay,
The Tragedy of Macbeth.
Ah.
And West Side Story. No, Come On, Come On.
Yeah.
No, Come On,
Yeah.
Come On, Come On has not shown up where I think it like kind of should have been. And it's weird. It's been weird so far. I don't feel great about Come On, Come On. And seeing this makes me like, am I even going to predict it for Critics' Choice? Like, am I even?
But the reactions to it are strong enough, but I'm not seeing that reflected in nominations at critics' circles.
Maybe it's going to take time to warm up. I don't know. But if it doesn't make it Critics' Choice, I'll be concerned. Coda, I think, is going to get nominated for Best Picture at the Oscars, okay? Whoa. Coda's doing really well so far, and I expect that to continue, especially when you have, like, Being the Ricardos might be iffy, Nightmare Alley is pretty iffy. Like, I think that movie comes up. Also, Being the Ricardos not here. That's a terrible sign.
Oh, yeah. Being the Ricardos no está.
This movie is like a 3.2 on Letterboxd. Like, Don't Look Up at least has like a 3.5.
And they will nominate late-breaking movies. Like, look at Nightmare Alley. If Nightmare Alley does fall, it's peaking right now. I would say the same for Being the Ricardos. That should be doing well right now. Tick, Tick, Boom is kind of like Coda, though, in that it's getting in a lot of critics' places.
Yep. I think I'm going to be predicting Tick, Tick, Boom for Best Picture too. It's doing really well, and I'm happy to see that.
Now, in Tick, Tick, Boom, I am going to watch out for a fucking ensemble nomination. I'm serious.
I know. No,
and
I'm
Coda
serious too. I put it in.
Oh, wait, did you take out Don't Look Up?
No, I don't remember what.
Yeah, Don't Look Up is fascinating because we got our 53 Metacritic score as of yesterday. It's not like dead yet.
I think this is just gonna show how Adam McKay can do whatever he wants, and some people are gonna follow, no matter how many people don't. I am curious if that like gets in at Critics' Choice, even though the reviews are like a little bit worse than Vice.
Yeah.
Which I didn't expect.
Nightmare Alley, do you have any thoughts about that?
With Belfast not being here, it did open up a slot. It's a good sign for it, but I still do worry about that movie overall.
And they probably just saw Nightmare Alley, so they're kind of fresh on it.
Right, and that's also why they just saw Being the Ricardos and they still denied it. Nightmare Alley, I think when it comes to the its box office performance like that, will probably tank the movie.
Now, Tragedy of Macbeth is an interesting one because we're not predicting that for Best Picture at the moment, but I'm not really surprised to see it here.
I could see it get into Critics' Choice. I mean, it has like a 90 on Metacritic or nearly that. Thought maybe The Last Duel or In the Heights had a chance. There's no Spencer, no House of Gucci. You know, that's not good for any of those films, but I think those movies I kind of had like under the 10.
I thought maybe In the Heights or Last Duel. I would have been really curious to see Last Duel get in here. And that, you know, it just kind of proves that nobody has confidence about that movie.
I've been burned by Come On, Come On too much. I got burned predicting it for NBR. It didn't get an HCA. I got burned predicting it here. And they've nominated plenty of A24 movies that the Academy didn't go for. I guess this year that's Macbeth, but
I'm not feeling like the movie that didn't get in here that I was really expecting to, or like that I think will get a Best Picture nomination.
Yeah, I'm just curious if maybe it's Come On, like Surge, when that Surge is late somehow.
Or if Being the Ricardos is somehow a thing.
No, Being the Ricardos is going to die now or later. And I think it's dying now.
So you're saying it's dead before the Oscars no matter what?
Yeah, I think it'll die before the Oscars no matter what. It's just a matter of where.
And Don't Look Up is coming out on Christmas. Like, there's still a breath in there, and we don't know how popular that could be on Netflix given its cast.
Apparently, I liked it way too much, but honestly, like, my audience had a hoot, okay? We're not going to update Oscar predictions till January, but you'll see us talk about this in Critics' Choice predictions. Tick, Tick, Boom, Coda are in my top 10. They are showing a lot of signs. They're playing with critics groups. they're not even the type of movies you think would play with critics groups. And what it shows is that there's like a contingent of people who just fucking love those movies. And that feels right, because those movies do have a lot of passion behind them.
Coda, the acting awards. Troy Kotsur, Marley Matlin, one of them's got to be getting in consistently enough for me to predict them at the Oscars. And Tick Tick Boom is looking easy for actor and editing. So
yeah, the editing nominations this movie's been getting, off the charts. Coda's got an easy adapted screenplay slot. Tick Tick Boom may very well get an adapted screenplay slot.
Especially after Nightmare Alley goes boopsie boo, because I don't think that's going to get it.
Is this the last breath of Nightmare Alley and Tragedy of Macbeth, or do they have more in them? Or do they have more in them and we're underestimating?
The last breath. Sounds so sad. There's actually, I think, a chance that Nightmare Alley gets a Critics' Choice nomination. It might be News of the World.
Oh, and Belfast got the special award, which is the award they give to movies they're really sorry that they can't get in, and they'd love to predict the Oscars with it. Also, Summer of Soul got that award. They gave it to 2 movies, and one was Summer of Soul.
Okay, so they give it to documentaries typically, or what?
No, not typically. That's the thing.
Really?
Stay tuned for Golden Globe and Critics' Choice predictions. Those are going to come next. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Are you American enough for the Institute?